Welcome to this new video on the Reddit Storylane. I never thought that blood could be such a powerful discriminator, not until my sister Janice decided to exclude me from her wedding. "You're not part of the biological family," she told me with a coldness that still hurts me to this day. That phrase wasn't just a door slammed in my face, but a punch in the stomach that made me relive years of rejection and indifference. But let's start from the beginning, because this story isn't just about a missed wedding, but about broken bonds and my struggle to find my place in the world. My name is Sydney. I'm 27 years old, and I was adopted when I was just 2 years old. I had been chosen, or at least that's how I like to think about it. My adoptive parents, the Hensons, initially seemed like a loving couple eager to build a family. However, things changed drastically when my mother, against all medical odds, became pregnant. It was as if I had become invisible overnight. As a child, I couldn't understand what was happening, but the warmth I once felt in their attention quickly faded. Janice arrived like a bolt of lightning out of the blue. I still remember the days when people would come to visit us to congratulate my parents. I was often relegated to a corner, smiling while the adults ignored my presence. And yet, I loved my sister. As a child, I hoped that growing up together would unite us, that she would fill the void I was increasingly feeling. But Janice seemed to mirror my parents' behaviors. She treated me like a stranger, an intruder in what had now become her family. During adolescence, the distance between me and my family grew deeper. I realized that the love I was searching for would never come from them. I focused on my studies, on my dreams, and when I turned 18, I decided to leave. It wasn't an easy decision, but a necessary one. Finally free, I built a life I could be proud of. I met Luke, my fiancé, who became my rock, offering me the support I had always longed for. But the past is a curious thing. It always finds a way to return. When Janice announced her engagement, my parents started contacting me more frequently. They asked me to participate in the wedding preparations, to contribute financially. It was strange, after years of silence and indifference, that they now wanted to involve me. Part of me wanted to believe them. Maybe this was the opportunity I had been waiting for to rebuild relationships with them. I agreed to help. For a brief period, everything seemed to go well. My parents were more present. Janice seemed finally interested in getting to know me as a sister. I wondered if all that past pain could really be put aside. But the more I contributed, the more I felt exploited. Janice's financial demands kept increasing, first for the venue deposit, then for extra decorations, always with the promise that she would reimburse me. But there was something strange about her behavior. She was overly affectionate, almost manipulative. The day she told me I wouldn't be invited to the wedding took me by surprise. "Only blood family," she said, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. There was no anger in her voice, just an incredible coldness. I felt the world crumble beneath me. After everything I had done for her, I was once again that invisible little girl, useless except to fulfill their needs. I couldn't let this happen without consequences. I decided to cancel all the bookings made in my name, the venue, the catering, the decorations. I wanted them to understand that I was no longer the person they could use and discard at their will. The wedding, from a perfect event, turned into a disaster. Janice had to take out a loan to fix things, plunging herself into debt. The story didn't end there. After the wedding, Janice tried to take revenge. She sent fake photos to my fiancé Luke, trying to convince him that I had cheated on him. It was a desperate and cruel move, but it backfired on her. During the wedding preparations, I had discovered that Janice was cheating on her future husband. I had the evidence, but I had chosen not to use it, until that moment. I sent everything to Janice's husband, who immediately requested an annulment of the marriage. Janice was devastated, but I felt no remorse. She had played with fire and gotten burned. That moment marked a new beginning for me. But to truly understand the impact this experience has had on my life, it's important to dwell on the emotions and events that shaped me. After cutting ties with my adoptive family for good, I began a journey of self-reflection. For years, I had tried to fit in, to earn their affection, without ever receiving any in return. This realization was painful, but also liberating. I realized that my self-esteem shouldn't depend on the approval of those unwilling to accept me. Luke was a crucial element in this transformation. With his patience and unconditional love, he helped me build a new sense of identity. Together, we dedicated ourselves to shared projects, like renovating an old house we had purchased. Every room we painted, every piece of furniture we restored, became a symbol of our mutual commitment and the life we were building together. One day, while sorting through some old boxes, I found a letter written by my biological mother. It had been kept by my adoptive parents, but never shared with me. The words in that letter were full of love and hope for my future. It was as if I had finally found a missing piece of the puzzle of my identity. It pushed me to seek out my roots, to learn more about the woman who had brought me into the world. This journey led me to discover a part of my biological family, who welcomed me with warmth and curiosity. Parallelly, I began volunteering with foster children. I wanted to be a source of comfort for those who, like me, had experienced a sense of abandonment. Every smile, every small success shared with those children gave me immense joy. It was a way to turn my pain into something positive, to give meaning to the hardships I had faced. My story with Janice and my adoptive family is a wound that will probably never fully heal. But despite everything, I hold no grudges. In fact, it taught me the importance of surrounding myself with people who respect and value me for who I am. I've learned that family isn't just about blood, but about love, understanding, and mutual support. Today, I look to the future with optimism. Luke and I are planning our wedding, an event we want to be simple yet meaningful, surrounded only by the people we truly love. Every day is a new opportunity to grow, to build a life full of meaning and happiness. This experience has taught me that even in the most difficult circumstances, there's always a path to rebirth. It's a journey that requires courage, but it's worth every single step. If there's one thing I want to convey to anyone reading this story, it's that we should never let anyone define or limit us. Our strength lies in our ability to rise again, to reinvent ourselves, and to find our place in the world, regardless of what the past has held for us. Looking back, the scars I carry from my past are not marks of weakness, but symbols of strength and survival. The complexities of my journey, the heartbreaks, and the victories have all contributed to shaping me into the resilient person I am today. And as I look ahead, I see not just challenges, but endless possibilities, opportunities to create a life filled with purpose and love. While rebuilding my life, I took time to immerse myself in the little details of my daily routine. It was during these moments of solitude and reflection that I started journaling. The act of writing my thoughts down became therapeutic, helping me process the emotions I had bottled up for years. Page after page, I documented my struggles, victories, and everything in between. This journal became not only a record of my journey, but also a testament to my resilience. Through my writing, I discovered an unexpected passion for storytelling. I started sharing parts of my journey online, connecting with others who had experienced similar challenges. The responses were overwhelming. People shared their own stories of rejection and acceptance, of finding themselves amidst chaos. These interactions gave me a sense of community I had never felt before, further cementing my belief that family isn't defined by blood, but by the connections we nurture. At the same time, I began exploring my creative side. I enrolled in painting classes, something I had always wanted to try but never had the courage to pursue. With every brushstroke, I felt a piece of my soul coming alive. Art became another way for me to express myself, to channel the pain and joy that had defined my life. My first painting was a self-portrait, not of my physical self, but of my emotional journey. It was raw, messy, and imperfect, a perfect representation of who I was. Luke's support during this time was unwavering. He encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone, to embrace the unknown. Together we started a garden in our backyard, planting flowers and vegetables that thrived under our care. Watching those plants grow reminded me of my own growth. Slow, steady, and full of potential. One of the most profound moments in my journey came during a visit to a foster care center. While volunteering there, I met a young girl named Clara. She was shy, her eyes filled with a mix of curiosity and fear. Over time, she opened up to me, sharing stories of her own struggles. In Clara, I saw a reflection of my younger self, longing for love and acceptance. Our bond grew stronger, and I became a mentor to her, guiding her through the challenges she faced. Clara's resilience inspired me in ways I hadn't anticipated. She reminded me that even in the face of adversity, there's always a spark of hope. Together, we worked on small projects, like building a birdhouse or painting a mural at the center. These activities not only brought us closer, but also gave her a sense of accomplishment and pride. As my life continued to evolve, I found myself drawn to advocacy work. I began speaking at events, sharing my story to raise awareness about the challenges faced by adoptees and foster children. Each speech was a step toward healing, a way to reclaim my narrative and empower others to do the same. The connections I made through these events were invaluable, reinforcing my belief in the power of shared experiences. In the midst of these changes, I reconnected with my biological family. They welcomed me with open arms, eager to learn about the person I had become. Our reunions were filled with laughter, tears, and countless stories. For the first time, I felt a sense of belonging that had eluded me for so long. My biological mother's words in that letter continued to resonate with me, serving as a reminder of the love that had always been there, even from afar. My journey hasn't been without its challenges. There are still moments when the memories of rejection and pain resurface, threatening to pull me back into a place of despair. But I've learned to face these moments head-on, to acknowledge my emotions and let them pass. Therapy has been an integral part of this process, providing me with the tools to navigate the complexities of my past. As Luke and I plan our wedding, I'm filled with a sense of hope and excitement. This celebration isn't just about our love, but also about the family we've built together. A family rooted in acceptance, respect, and unconditional support. Every detail of the wedding reflects our journey, from the handwritten vows to the personalized decorations. It's a testament to the life we've created, one filled with love, resilience, and endless possibilities. Looking back, I'm grateful for every twist and turn in my journey. Each experience, no matter how painful, has shaped me into the person I am today. I've learned that our past doesn't define us. It's how we choose to move forward that truly matters. And as I stand on the threshold of a new chapter, I'm ready to embrace whatever comes my way, confident in the strength I've found within myself.